patch 2.0 Noelle is back in action due to one very amazing thing, her brand new best friend. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. Let's talk about Noelle once again. I thought I was done talking about this girl for a while, and I was, I guess, 1.3 or something, 1.4. I don't know. I probably made too many videos. But anyway, what is different about Noelle here? She has a brand new best friend. All right, I've been talking about this character a lot, and it is the Electro Traveler. The Electro Traveler is an insane friend for Noelle. If you don't know why, you haven't watched any of my footage on the Electro Traveler. It is so good, and I'll probably have a showcase video for them now. I did a full-on review guide. If you haven't checked that out, check that one out as well. So you have the best ability to build them in the way they need to be built right now. But what you can do with this Electro Traveler is make all of Noelle's energy problems just go away. Just go away. So let's review my build here for you guys so you know what's going on in 2.0 with Noelle. Weapon, it's still the white blind, baby. We're still using the white blind. Why would you use anything else? Defense, and then attack and defense stacks on top of that. Super awesome. Remember, snapshotting still exists, so you want to get these 4 stacks up before you pop your elemental burst. If you've been experiencing some weaknesses, you're like, why is my attack going through the roof when I elemental burst? You're probably not getting the stacks up before you elemental burst. If you elemental burst and then get the stacks, you'll have the attack stacks and the defense stacks, but the defense won't be changed over to attack through sweeping time. So you got to get the stacks up first. Now, the artifact set here that we're still using is the retracing bolide set. The set is amazing, especially if you're using another shielder, or you're fighting elemental enemies like the slimes, or you have someone else in your party that can consistently apply some sort of element debuff on there, because this does count crystallization shields, which she does generate in Moss. Basically, she throws them out there like they're free candy on Halloween. So this set here, 35% shield strength and then 40% normal and charge attack damage. It is a wildly good set for her here, and the way you're building her is towards that elemental burst sweeping time. So you're looking for defense percent, because defense percent, it goes a long way on this character. It just does. Math's math. All right, the math of it, I've mathed this a million times before. So what we do here, you have a defense percent Sands, we have a Geo Goblet, because the vast majority of damage you're doing is Geo, because you're doing damage in your elemental burst, especially now, like 100% of the time. And then you use some sort of crit circlet. So you use a crit rate circlet, use a crit damage circlet. If you have a ton of crit rate substats, use a crit damage circlet. If you have a ton of crit damage substats in your gear like I do, use a crit rate circlet. Try to keep it a 2-to-1 ratio. For every 2 crit damage, 1 crit rate. That's going to be a simple, easy, and clean and mathematically focused way to maximize your character, get those big numbers, and do the most average damage in your run. Substats here we're looking for, obviously, crit chance, crit damage, a little bit of defense percent, and a tiny smidgen of energy recharge. So for my full stats here, as you can see, we have 54 crit rate, not bad, 148 crit damage, okay. And then you see 176 energy recharge. You say, how? I thought you said a little bit, and it is a little bit, and this is the power of the Electro Traveler. So let's go check this out real quick. So the Electro Traveler flying around, pop this shield, and it should be done now, I would assume. Is the buff gone? It is gone. So I actually only have 129% energy recharge here. So what happens here? So the Electro Traveler, guys, does 2 different things. She's going to allow you to give yourself straight up energy with Lightning Blade and the amulet you pick up, but she'll also give that character energy recharge, base 20%, plus 10% of the Electro Traveler's own energy recharge. So what happens here is you just come out here, you go, hey, I'm the Electro Traveler. Boom, gotcha. You pick them up with Noelle. You get a nice amount of energy there. We just got 12 straight up energy for her 60 cost elemental burst. And now we have 176 energy recharge. So which means any elemental orbs that are dropped from the enemies, or any elemental particles that we generate, they're gonna get boosted up by a large margin. And this is really going the long way and the long distance toward making Noelle just have access to that elemental burst at all times. It's wacky, it's wild, it's insane, it's just oh so good. All right, it's like SpaghettiOs when you're like 7 on a Saturday morning watching the Power Rangers or something. I don't know, maybe you're watching Thomas the Train. I don't know, maybe I'm really dating myself right now, and I have no idea what anyone watches at 7 years old right now, because I don't have a kid. Sorry. But anyway, I digress. The whole Electro Traveler being like just squatted up with Noelle is so amazing for free-to-play players too, because as long as you pull on that beginner basic banner, which I think everyone does because they don't know what they're doing at that point, they just say, oh, a banner, wow, crazy, cool, let me pull on it. You get Noelle guaranteed right away. Now, is it a C6 all geared out Noelle? No, but you'll be playing the game. You'll get more later. You'll get some constellations sometimes. Do you need them? Not really. but you need a lot of investment. You need to level up her normal attack. You need to level up her elemental skill. You need to level up her elemental burst. She's a very greedy maid, which is very odd because she's a maid. Usually maids aren't that greedy, although I'm not really sure about that anymore. And then you have the Electro Traveler. You literally start the game with this character. Once you get to Inazuma, you will have this combo of characters. So if you just came back, you're just starting off, this is a very fantastic squad for like your second Abyss team, right? You have your first 4 characters that are all god tier. You've decked them all out, and you have like your leftover. Like, I need to make a second Abyss team. What do? You start with these 2, very strong core. You have a healer, AoE damage, shields, has a second shield from her devotion passive. So if someone's about to die, she actually shields again, which a lot of people forget about. Super awesome. And then you have the ability to keep this girl in fighting form, fighting shape with the Electro Traveler now. And it's absolutely wild. Afterwards, you can do whatever you want. You have an Electro character and a Geo character. You want to make it more Geo focused? Throw Ningguang in there, right? For a 4-star. You want to make it more electrolyzed focused? Throw in, another Hydro character. Throw in like Xingqiu, and then throw in like a Sucrose or something. You have the Electro Charge Swirl team with your Noelle, shielder, healer, battery, crazy AoE damage on top of all that stuff. Very, very cool stuff that you can do with these 2 characters as your secondary team. Now, a couple things I want to talk about Noelle is the 2 new artifact sets. I've been getting a lot of like DMs and comments and stuff like, dude, this new set is so good for 75% damage. It's insane. So if you think that you can use this new set on Noelle, you are pretty much mistaken. We're talking about the good old Emblem of Severed Fate set. 2-piece for 20% energy recharge. 4-piece increases elemental burst damage by 25% of your energy recharge, maximum 75. That is not good for Noelle. Let's break this down. So her elemental burst, your sweeping time, it actually only does elemental burst damage 2 times. Where you see it right here, 143, and then 1d7. That is the pullback, crack, and then swing. Everything else that you do during your elemental burst, when you have that giant laser sword, is actually based on her normal attack damage. It is not elemental burst damage. It's counted as normal charge attack and plunging attack damage. So that new set doesn't do anything for you. All you're doing is buffing these 2 little tiny hits that don't really do anything. The other set too as well, not that good. It's not that good. And we're talking about the new good old Reminiscence set. So 18% attack. That's not amazing for Noelle, but it's okay. And then the 4-piece here, when an elemental skill, when you cast one, if the character has 15 or more energy, you lose 15 energy. You do 50% more normal charge and plunging attack damage for 10 seconds. Now, why is this bad? Well, it's good because it's 50% for 10 seconds, but why is this bad though? It's because her elemental skill has a super long cooldown of 24 seconds. If you want to have 100% uptime on your artifact set, which is what you want to do, you're not going to hit it with that set because you have a 24-second cooldown. I know you have nice and clean here, right? Every 4 hits decrease the cooldown of breastplate by 1 second. In order to have 100% uptime on that, you need to reduce this by 14 seconds. That is over 50 hits in 10 seconds of your normal attack. And Noelle, I'm sorry, doesn't swing that fast, so it's not happening. So don't use either of those 2 new sets on Noelle. It's just not really worth it there. You could use the new energy recharge claymore that you'll get from the Tatara Tales thing, but no, stick with Whiteblind and use the Electro Traveler. You don't need anything else. You don't need anything else. You just stick with what you had, throw the Electro Traveler in there, and do a bajillion damage. Have you seen the footage playing in the background? She literally just always has her elemental burst now. It's so dumb. You could do it kind of before, but it was a little RNG. Now you can fight one target and just murk them. Just murk them with one. Oh, it's just so good, guys. So if you're still here, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. If you have been here before, double check, make sure you're subscribed, because you're probably not. You probably just find me through the YouTube algorithm, the YouTube search engine over and over and over. Until then, guys, have fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one.